Hello and welcome back to the final game of the day, which has CLGA Academy facing off against FlyQuest Academy, and we're going to take a look at the starting rosters for these squads. On the blue side is Counterlogic Gaming Academy, Deus up at the top lane, Fragus in the jungle, Tuesday in mid, Wind in the bot lane with support Phil, and their coach X Shojin.
And facing him on the red side, it is FlyQuest Academy with Revenge in the top lane, Fnatic in the jungle, Triple in mid, Mash and JJ bot lane with Coach Cop.
All right, so of course we've got a lot going on here as Champion Select has begun. Do want to point out that as the Academy League starts a couple days early, they have already completed their first round robin, and sadly, these are two of the very bottom teams. CLG alone in last, FlyQuest tied for 8th.
FlyQuest is 3-6. I think for CLG, it has definitely been a relatively rough run at it, and they're needing to find improvement. The last CLG Academy game I cast was actually against Liquid Academy, and they had so many opportunities to win that game. There was this like Zoe who grabbed a Chilling Smite off a minion to steal Dragon Soul, or it might have been Elder Dragon. It was just this nutty game. They need to find ways to generate victories, but I'm looking forward to watching FlyQuest because, like, personally, Revenge is a player I have my eyes on, along with Triple, like those Soul Laners. Triple for being that great OPL import, and Revenge just because he was like the NA solo queue star from a couple years back, is now trying to make it pro.
Yeah, and I do want to give I think you said apologist. I want to be a CLG apologist for a minute here because Counterlogic Gaming, for up until basically this week, had really not been able to play with their intended starting roster all in the same city. Of course, Stixay played 3 games, or 4 games, I should say, which is already like half the split so far already. And even when was playing, he was playing up from Canada with 55 ping or whatever. He's nowhere near the rest of the squad. So good luck doing VOD review and everything else when your visa's not ready to compete in the US. So we finally got the whole five members up on stage here, and I want to say, okay, this to me is a bit of a mental reset. Now start from here and let's see what you can do.
Yeah, say, all right, it's the second round robin, let's go.
Yeah, no more excuses left. We'll see if that comes through. Ornn comes in, great champion. I think as you mentioned a couple games ago, if you could pick Ornn, go ahead and do it. I think definitely very, very strong overall. MF on the other side.
Yeah, also, a lot of times Academy meta will end up preempting LCS meta a little bit. Curious to kind of get your thoughts on what a team's approach should be with the champions they tell their Academy players to go, because there's a few different schools of thought. But I found it funny because when I was casting the Pastry Time games, we started seeing Yuumi in the games. And I'm like, ooh, it's kind of weirdly like refreshing to see Yuumi again because it's different. And then after watching the games, I'm like, and that was fun. We won't be seeing Yuumi again.
And then we did.
Because it's just get banned right away, and that's what we see this game.
Right, yeah, Yuumi, plenty of bans. Soraka also way more banned than picked. One thing I noted, actually, is that Soraka was like the #2 highest presence top laner at like 75% pick ban rate.
Yeah.
It was 6 picks, which means she was banned at like 70% of games.
And that's across LCK, LEC, LCS, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So she was banned at like 70% of games, and then the other 30% just pick like once every 8 games.
Yeah.
It was like, people don't actually play the champion, but people are afraid of the champion. I think it's always kind of interesting. So yeah, Yuumi banned away, and now LeBlanc joining that ban list as well as Nautilus comes through for the bot lane. And it's another MF Nautilus duo to fight up against Cybercon.
And again, the junglers wait.
Yeah, actually.
Ornn's increased priority and people wanting to match it with like an Aatrox or a Set or a Mordekaiser. It's like this finite champion pool that are at least not a counter, but like serviceable into Ornn.
Right.
Teams are locking it in early, and then they're also making sure they're locking in their duos because it seems like the jungle and support pools are by comparison actually smaller. Or sorry, I said said the wrong
top
one.
Top and bot.
Yeah, I meant bot pools are smaller than jungle pools, so they're more okay with the jungle absorbing a second phase of ban.
And it also seems like Set is that extra tier above the Ornn that like if you can get first Set, you do, and then if you can't get first Set, then it's first Ornn. And then yeah, like again, you have the Mord and Aatrox that come in right afterwards.
We almost never see Ornn be Set.
Yeah,
weirdly.
Yeah, that is pretty rare actually.
They like almost never make both through.
As soon as you take Set, you're like, okay, and we're gonna go fight that with more damage instead, and I'll let him free scale. It might be. Yeah, I have to go back and look and see if like the Set teams are always banning Ornn, or if it's actually that. It just ends up that, only one is ever available. We got some heavy team fight, though, on CLG's side. Tuesday has been a pretty solid performer. One of, really high damage share, one of the mid laners that is above their bot lane in this regard. Tuesday can look very good here on this champion. They need themselves a jungler, as the Sejuani's already come through. Trundle's already gone, so Karthus, honestly, this is a comp where it would work. You've got 2 front lines, so with Rakan and the Ornn, it looks good. I have been disappointed with a lot of the Karthuses because they'll gank more than they should.
I hear that.
And will not
Yeah.
kill their camps on respawn, which is like the reason you play Karthus.
Yeah. I actually
All right.
have a Karthus segment planned for when we see Karthus in LCS.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to spoil it here for
Great.
all the people that watch Academy, because shout out to you. You're awesome.
Woo!
I don't necessarily like, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this, people saying, like, you know the meme interview that Yankos gave after his LEC Karthus game? Did you see this? It was like pretty low on Reddit, but I can explain it here. It's like, oh yeah, on Karthus, let's watch this highlight reel of him pressing R. And sure, and he's like, yep, every Karthus out there, like the important thing is press R at the right time. Like, sure, R is really powerful, and sometimes it feels like you can just win by pressing R. But jungle Karthus has a very steep win rate increase as MMR increases.
Yeah.
Because early jungling as Karthus is incredibly skill expressive. The test for this is there's a playtester who was really good at Karthus last season and really knows how to jungle him. And I had him record a no leash like practice tool full clear. He did it in 3 minutes and 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Emin,
Yeah.
who we have a side-by-side comparison, a gold producer of ours, is a Mastery 5 Karthus. So he's played it.
Yeah.
He didn't practice this a bunch, and he hasn't played it super recently, but he cleared in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. There was a 26-second difference between a gold player and a challenger.
Yeah.
And how fast you can clear the jungler's Karthus. That is actually hugely different. Like, if you compared that to a Trundle full clear.
Because it starts at 130, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's a 90-second clear versus a 120-second clear. It's literally 1/3 longer.
Yeah.
That is massive.
So look out for that segment. We have like the side-by-side comparison. And I talk about I'm going to talk about all the like auto, like you need to weave your auto attacks in. You need to tap your E so you're not burning too much mana. But also, as I was prepping this, I went back and looked at all the Pro Karthus games. It is pretty rare that you actually get a full clear on Karthus, because either, this is what I've seen actually, either the Karthus will start at enemy red and then take Raptors and then like zoom through his jungle to get like a hard deny because he's so fast, or the other team will preempt the invade because they know that no one can keep up with a Karthus full clear, and also to do the proper Karthus full clear, you get pretty low.
Yeah.
So it is a little bit vulnerable. Based off of this open though, maybe we'll get to see Frogus's full clear and we can time it. I got some breakpoints in my head for what like good looks like.
All right, great. I'm ready to see them when they come through.
I'm actually if this is I'm just gonna make the mini map big.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch the big mini map.
Yeah.
We'll scoot over to the Karthus in a second here as well. He's like almost in the corner.
Yeah. So it looks like he's gonna start blue. If he's doing it right, he'll make it to this part of the river by 2:15. So let's let's get this going on Karthus.
All right. It's 1:30 and go. Like,
Yep.
you know, in LCS cooldown, I know I got really excited and went back to like a 3. In LCS cooldown, we had Scion Speedway, and it was like, how fast can you navigate through target dummies and use your ultimate and everything else? I want Karthus Speedway. How fast can you get level 5?
Yeah, so if you notice, he's pulled the blue back and forth. So it's a little slower, actually. You can gain time by you can skittle the Gromp as the blue is almost dying, and he should actually be pulling the Gromp down towards his wolves right now and already have a quick Q on the wolves. Let's see if I'm just full of it, though, because, yeah, because like I saw Spirit, an LCK jungler, he was in mid lane by 2:15.
Yeah, the camp was done.
Yeah, so this is, it's still good, but he's about
4,
5 seconds behind optimal.
5 to 6 seconds slow.
Yeah.
And he is a challenger level
Exactly.
academy jungler.
Yeah, we'll see. It looks like he's going to be doing a full clear unless he really wants to try and go into river early. So 3:04 is really fast. I think like that was a miscue. I think like the fastest theoretical jungle Karthus clear is 3 minutes exactly, or 2:59.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that made me think of the cooldown thing as well in terms of like Scion Speedway. Like, how fast can you do it?
Yep. do want to point out, Optimal Smite is on red buff. Red buff has the highest MR of any meaningful jungle camp that you're going to kill. Krugs has negative MR, Gromp has negative MR, Blue buff has negative MR. So your actual spell damage is super high on those already. And then when you're fighting things like wolves and raptors, you're already AoEing the big ones so much with your E and your Qs that like it's already at 300 health by the time you're back to single target. So there's also a reason to smite that one.
So that's cool. 312, full clear by Karthus. And if you notice, it's like literally a full Krug camp ahead of what the Sejuani could do. And that means he can be level 4 in River, whereas Sejuani can only be level 3 in River.
Yeah,
I
cast another recent Academy Karthus game last week as well. And this was the start. And then the jungler ganked bot, ganked top, and by the time he recalled, the Sedge had caught up in farm, and like the camps had been like alive for 25 seconds. And you know, some of this also, by the way, I want to point out, like it can be hard to fight for Scuttle because you often get very, very low as you finish the rest of the camp. You're sitting at like half HP, and your Karthus, they will kill you. Was able to safely kill the bottom Scuttle, took that one, took the recall, gets the CDR AP item, Fiendish Codex, and is gonna be at Gromp about the time it respawns. So pretty much perfect farm so far from the jungle side. Deus, though, getting knocked up, has to flash, should be able to get away from that one. But that is flash down for the gank, and that's the cost, right? Okay, Fraggus is up a recall, he's up a camp, Fnatic burned a flash.
But it's going to get a lot more than this, because now the Gromp is respawning for the Karthus, and he's going to be able to cycle to level 6 really quickly.
Yep.
So.
And it's important to just be efficient, right? Like, again, in the last game I cast with the jungle Karthus, he was like still finishing his top lane gank, and like Sejuani had like caught up in farm right now, so he's 2 camps ahead, going over to chickens, it's gonna be no problem. And then you start getting free time, because this clear is so much faster than your level 2 clear. Like this takes like a minute total, and there's a 2-minute respawn. Now on your second clear, you have a full minute to go do what you want to do. Checks for top Scuttle, that one's already gone. Chickens are up, a little bit late to there, but you know, sometimes it's worth it.
Yeah. I'm thinking that maybe the power farm jungler is making a comeback.
Yeah.
That's kind of my game's theory.
I mean, mechanically, it's supported by the patches.
Yeah. And the biggest discrepancy between regions that I could find actually is, so like LCK junglers, CS at 15, is about 10 higher than everywhere else in the world. So like,
and it's not just mechanics. Like
it's not mechanics.
Going for
it's mindset, right? Like they are actually, their jungle proximity is about 10% less because they're ganking less and they're using that time farming. You can get into this whole like what is actually optimal, but like if farm jungling is actually really good, then that would be good for Korea because they're already on it.
That's super compelling to me, right? Is diving into any given league's metagame, because that to me like is what like I say this a couple times a year. That's what metagame actually means, right? The metagame is the game beyond the game,
right?
Like you could say things like Karthus is meta because people are playing Karthus, and that's accurate. But I think the more interesting version of metagame is, well, the Korean metagame is hard farming jungle. So when you see a Korean jungler, they're going to have more CS than the opposing jungler, but they're going to gank less than the opposing jungler. So when the mid laners are picking champions and playing lanes out, and top laners are picking champions playing lanes out, they're picking them with the expectation that they're not getting ganked as much. That the junglers are getting level 6 sooner, that you know they're not being interfered with, and so a direct 1v1 is more important in literally the Korean metagame.
Fraggus is definitely rushing 6 in this game. And Fnatic's going to get decently close. I mean, this could have been if they had more bot lane pressure, an early dragon take by Fraggus, but he's hit 6 at 6:30, which is pretty darn fast.
Faster than Deus up the top lane.
That's the one thing that's weird with this composition. Like, I love everything except the Cassio. The Cassio was really good for Deus in their game against Liquid. I think it might have been in a set. Shoot. But now, because, it was in a set. But against Aatrox, it seems a lot dicier. And it's also like, one thing I like Jungle Karthus for is literally that can let you have AD everywhere else, and the team's still going to have to build MR. Now you're letting them be a lot more efficient with their purchases in terms of like, their damage spread.
Aatrox is for sure going to look for the early Hex Drink or a Cowl or something, and actually survives the top lane, 2-on-2 pretty nicely. Do you want to point out also, by the way, that, oh my gosh, that is damage! The flash! No! Oh, no, we get the stun! You're kidding me! Deus gets revenge for that play!
Yeah, second thought, Cassio's fine, freak.
No!
Yeah, totally fine.
No!
Don't look at what happened. It's a good pick. So, Revenge thought he had that kill so many different times that he ended up getting killed himself.
Oh, no.
That's the way that I see that play. Like, it looked like he checked 2 auto attacks. Totally, he's got 2 levels on him. He has smashed him up until this point. Absolutely destroyed him. Lands everything. Q1, W, Q3 with his ultimate for the move speed. Right there. He thought he was dead.
He's like, okay, I've got to
like,
flash
okay,
auto,
he's not
and then
dead.
just...
I need to flash auto turn, but he cancels the auto after flash, turns back, and that's when Deus gets 6 to hit him with the ultimate.
That is everyone's face in that play.
Yep.
That is, oh my, like, that was so free. What am I doing?
Also, a Karthus ult came through.
Yep. Did it trigger Dark Harvest? Ooh, I don't think...
No.
Rip.
Who was it for?
I mean, it could have been, like,
really
late
off.
on Revenge, but no, that was, like, way later than that.
No.
Don't know.
Okay, yeah.
Don't know, to be honest.
I'm going to go back in the client and check.
Detective Jat's going to figure it out. I'm going to watch this Rift Herald die.
Yes, please.
As FlyQuest swap their dual lamp to the top-hand side. This is a very expected play. Past the 8-minute mark, as that's when Herald spawns. And, ooh, that is a clap. Triple is running, and it's not going to be enough. Deus is 2-0.
He is back in the game in a big way.
Yeah.
As the Rift Herald is going to get finished, but we're going to see a fight.
That is a knock-up here, and Mash has to flash away from the duo now as Bullet Time comes across and gets some decent damage, but not a ton. Now JJ is going to be able to walk out of this one as well. Now Phil's going to have the W again pretty soon. About 3 seconds to go, and JJ's going to be under the turret in time to stay alive. Whoop! Wanted to see him into the turret.
Oh, I'm still behind on the replay client. I'm like, did someone pick up the Herald? Yes, Fnatic did. I cracked the Karthus code.
Okay.
It was an attempted play mid with support mid. Like Phil and Tuesday trying to kill Triple, but Triple slept the Ornn and avoided all the damage, so like it never ended up working. This is actually the play that worked, not the attempted play earlier that didn't work. So just the return gank works the best. Deus gets in range after Tuesday sets up the CC and they get the kill. Really
minor thing in that replay, I want to shout out Fragus for his 200 games of experience on Karthus, which is he wall of pain the left-hand side brush in case there was like some kind of like counter gank coming in. Just like he was gonna hit the guy anyway. That was never in range. Meanwhile, Deus tries to get the ult for a little bit of a slow. They gotta get the knockup. Okay, should be an easy skittle. Good flash, but now Revenge is here and he wants exactly that. Stabs him in the back, and this might be a re-engage. The flash get away from the anchor toss, but a stun's gonna land, and that might mean a little bit towards Tuesday, who's gonna Ornn charge away.
Deus getting a little aggressive with his newfound kill power. Nice turnaround by Revenge. It's going to be a back and forth matchup with that Aatrox versus Cassio. It's volatile, and both these guys really want to kill each other.
You prefer volatile or volatile?
I say volatile.
Okay. I'm not sure which one I'd rather say.
Volatile.
Yeah.
Volatile.
I don't know. It might be.
Volatile's faster.
It is.
Yeah.
Here's the play. Gets a Q just in time, by the way. That's uncastable if you're in the miasma. Then Deus gets a slow, and that stopwatch does everything. Because JJ was... Yeah, I mean, he stopwatches and flashes. He could have just flashed, but stopwatch bought 2 seconds for Revenge to TP in.
Exactly. Our minds are like same but different there, because I was thinking, oh, it's so cool that he stopwatched before the flash to bait out more time and spells. Like, I like it when people do that, rather than just flashing first and saving your stopwatch. So there's pros and cons to that one.
Yeah, because that's gone forever, and the question is like, would you have found another time to use stopwatch before you finish Stoneplate?
Yeah.
And that's a maybe.
But like that one, I think they don't get the kill on a Deus unless he does it that way.
Right, because he just has him sit there for literally 2 seconds as Revenge TPs.
Yeah. So that's worth, because like the stopwatch will still build into Stoneplate.
Right, it's again, the point is like, could you have found another use for it? Because you only ever get one. And that was not a bad use, right? Like, I'll take that. Because you can talk about expected value, and it's like, well, on average, a stopwatch half the time does literally nothing, and you die anyway, and half the time, you know, saves your life. It got him a kill, that's better than the average stopwatch.
Unless JJ breaks out the Zhonya's support Nautilus, in which case he will get multiple stasis eyes in the
Stasis eyes, I like that.
Stasis.
That is my, no, that is now forever.
Stasi.
Stasi, yes. How about Stasin, like oxen?
I've never heard that for pluralization.
I mean, for ox, it is, so.
Oxen?
Yeah, the plural of ox is oxen, 100%.
So like a herd of ox.
Is a herd of oxen. 100%. Twitter will back me up with this 100% of the time.
Teleport in.
Yep, here we go. Tuesday, he's going to put the ult down, and here's some more from the rest of the squad. Gets some decent damage, and is there follow-through? JJ is going to re-engage with the ultimate, and in the front line is Tuesday, who is just running out of health. He's asleep, and he is dead. Revenge finds the second kill.
I think Revenge is going to get real strong in this game. And these tight corridors like both teams have incentive to fight in them with all the AoE they have.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of who like goes through at the wrong time. Herald drop, and probably the second Drake for FlyQuest. Yeah.
Looks pretty good for them as we get 1,000 health left on it. And as you mentioned, yeah, 2 Drakes in for FlyQuest, 13 minutes in. Not bad at all. Jack brings out his phone to Google Oxen and verify that I am right. And the oceans bring life. I know FlyQuest said a couple weeks ago that they were going to match Academy and LCS status. So if they really love the environment, you let CLG get 3, then you get sold.
Yeah.
That's 50 trees right there.
That would be the most trees.
Yeah.
So I tried to game it. I Googled a herd of ox.
Yeah.
And the first thing that came out was herd of oxen.
Woo!
So it like auto-corrected me. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, even autocorrect knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got ducking owned, I guess, or something.
Whoa.
Bad autocorrect joke?
It's I guess that's actually pretty good.
Thank you.
It's okay to talk to each other and be wrong.
I know, of course. No, I'm wrong.
So afraid of being wrong on the internet.
Jet, I think you know me. I'm definitely not afraid of being wrong. I am wrong constantly.
Okay.
But other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the other people who are wrong.
Yeah. No.
Not us.
Mortals are afraid of being wrong.
Okay.
Us casters.
Yeah.
You know, we just stick ourselves out there. This is part of the job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about Leandries and Morellos.
Yeah.
Try and do live math.
that one's always a resident sleeper.
Yeah.
Live math is never popular.
Speaking of which, second Karthus item this game.
Oh right.
Yeah.
I will.
He's gone Sorks.
All right. I will always tip my hat towards Oblivion Orb.
Yeah.
And now in the ulti combat pattern, it's like Oblivion Orb by far because I mean you're not going to stack anything else up, and the AP ratio compared to base damage of the ult is very poor. So you want to stack damage in other ways, which really only exists as Magic Pack.
Right.
If you are team fighting in the front line and you're going to like always use your ultimate and you're going to use your E the whole time and you're passive and your combat's like 8 seconds, 10 seconds, 12 seconds long, that actually starts pushing you towards Leandries and everything else, especially if you are only killing frontline. If all you can do is hit Sejuani and Aatrox, that can steer you away from flat pen.
And the Leandries can work after you're dead as well, so it's always attractive. But Tuesday going down.
And he is very, very much dead. Revenge, 3 straight kills in this game. You mentioned he's going to be
so
strong.
low.
Here's the hard engage. A good smite, though, for Fragus. And will he int for the Herald pickup? I think it's actually correct not to, by the way, so it's going to be going and just disappearing over time. Whoop. That was close. Oh, wait. He actually got him. But
the minions a block.
Minions in the way. Full safety.
Mash definitely thought that was going to be more than it was.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I'll finish it with this bullet time.
And it wasn't.
FlyQuest still in a pretty good position, though. Obviously, it would have been nice to get that second rift because they could have probably broken open mid lane with it. They do have to watch out for this Karthus, though. Side thing, though.
Yeah.
Maybe Deathcap second if orange.
Ooh. Yeah, time's up about right.
Blasting Wand's not going to do any
it's
of
not going to that, but I can see that point.
Yeah, that's going to be in a while. Just watching this play, I mean, so satisfying, this like kind of extended range auto attack with the reset noise for Aatrox, but that just kind of sets up this Rift Herald while he's stunned, just gets a good smite and is able to back away. Kind of make the best of a bad situation there.
Yep. And so we look at the game state, and it's 1,400 gold difference. FlyQuest up, of course, in money, up 2 Drakes as well. It's looking very likely to go their way, as CLG, unfortunately, a very slow start to the year. Both the LCS and Academy 1-8 for both the squads. As the first round robin has been completed on both those sides, CLG Academy playing their first game of the second round robin here against FlyQuest. Doing the very best as Karthus is farming, 44 CS lead. Those are the components of Riley's, Leandries, or Melanomicon.
Yeah. A couple of Mertreads and a Stoneplate coming in, as well as the promise of more MR later. I could definitely see a world where Leandries would be better here, but never know. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference.
Ooh, big stun, a lot of damage on no ability to get the aftershock on. JJ absolutely destroyed. The double mages take him down.
Second Dark Harvest stack for the Karthus as well. Probably feeling pretty good. This, you know, we talk about the second round robin for COG. Just go into it like you're 0-0. Have a chance in this one with the orange scaling coming in soon and the Karthus powering up.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely can look pretty good here. They have kept the gold pretty close, and I would say that part of the Ornn power budget is definitely in upgrading your items. It becomes kind of an interesting discussion to talk about like how much gold deficit is okay when you're Ornn, because you are printing some free money, and that only comes in at level 12 plus. So,
but it's part of the champion. We'll get into that later once we hit that point, because FlyQuest wants this Drake.
Stun, good tank there actually. Rakan blocks that one. Here comes the potential re-engage as Phil is gone, but you might have decent damage over the top. But triple stun through for Tuesday. And that means AJ is gone as well, and now Frog is able to kite back. Here's another sleeping member though. Big poke. Deus just flashed away. Nice follow through for Fnatic, and there's not going to be a trade kill. Dark Harvest comes down, but not enough damage otherwise. That is a 2-for-1 in favor of FlyQuest.
So many flashes.
Root's not going to land, and Triple could still find something. Next Sleep could find a kill.
He's got 2 left.
Wind can't get away easily. Gets the poke down, able to blast Kun away. He'll stay alive.
Oh, but that's enough to get this third Drake and one off of the Ocean's Soul point. Please don't die to the Drake. Okay, good snipe.
Yep, we're good.
Yeah.
Burns the fake flash, and it's 15 trees in for FlyQuest.
Ooh, so CLG kind of laying in wait, did have the first step on this Drake, but doesn't want FlyQuest to be able to push in the minions and then mid. So rather than waiting, they end up actually getting engaged on. But the turn was decent, right? They rooted them in the Ornn ultimate, but Froggus couldn't quite get there. Like, if he could have been in the FlyQuest team while all the CC was hitting with his E on, could have been more highly effective. Instead, they back up. Ult is mostly to dissuade FlyQuest chase through rather than actually win the fight. And FlyQuest move one step closer to having a commanding position in this game.
Yeah, they're a bit ahead, and they can definitely push a bit farther from there, but we'll wait to see as that slowly comes through. Wind, sadly for him, pretty far away from having that Infinity Edge done. Pickaxe without almost any money in inventory. We're still 2-3 levels out from that point, so, you know, he's not up against the clock just yet, but Leander's Torment does come through. That does push you towards team fight, Karthus. I did the math on roughly the damage expected out of Leandries. The average champion has about 15 to 1600 health at this point in the game, which means a with crowd control Leandries burn is about 110 damage. Without crowd control, it's like 65 damage. So like if you use it just to get a burn on the ult, it's some. It's, I mean, like if you're literally just landing ult, it's actually one of the better items you can add, but you know, there's more to the kit than that, of course.
Yeah. The Ornn conversation as well that we're going to see in this game, if they end up getting the items that can even be upgradable, currently they don't have any. But it's like, if everything is balanced, right? The fact that Ornn can upgrade items isn't necessarily, hey, this team gets 6K free gold. It's part of the champion's power budget.
Right.
So kind of look at it as if, hey, Ornn has big power spikes at 12, 13, 14, and kind of 15. Because usually by the time you're to like your second or third upgrade, they're not as impactful as like a Molten Edge or a Mega Death Cap. So in the same way that Kassadin has a big power spike at 16, we don't say like, oh, Kassadin just generated 4,000 gold of damage. Even though if that's actually kind of how it works, and the fact that you get to use your ultimate and be so mobile. So right now, we can definitely say Ornn, like when I see him, hey, he's going to get nerfed. Like I can just see that in the future because he's going to move in a permaban phase. So right now, like those extra item power spikes end up turning the game. But yeah, it's kind of this weird conversation of like, yes, it is gold, but it's also part of the kit. So I'm not exactly sure how to place it.
Well, it's like Revenge presses R and gains a bunch of bonus healing. Well, that's worth a Spirit Visage passive, which is worth 800 gold. So, you know, does learning rank 3 ultimate give FlyQuest 800 gold? Not really, it just means Revenge got rank 3 ultimate, which is like the terms we already use when talking about champion power.
But at the same point, if teams do not have Ornn upgradable items, they are just losing that value. And we do have a very exacting way of saying it, which is why like I don't think it's necessarily wrong to say, oh yeah, Ornn gave 5,000 gold of items.
That's true.
Because it would be great if we could say like, oh yeah, Cassian ult is 3,000 gold of damage, but like the game is just too complex in that way. So in that way, it's kind of cool that you can say that, but it's also sometimes like a bit confusing.
Yeah, of course. Then if you want to go even farther, you can talk about things like Gangplank, which if he's a balanced champion, and he roughly is, he literally prints free gold as part of the kit, which means Gangplank should be up in gold. The team should be having a gold lead just by picking Gangplank. that is accounted for in the win rate of the champion.
Yeah.
And the power level of the champion. So every once in a while, scoreboards can lie to you. Because it's the expectation of what happens already. You talk about early game champions like Lee Sin or Rek'Sai or Caitlyn, where it's like, well, yeah, they have 10 CSD. They picked Caitlyn.
Yeah, 10,000 gold on one champion does not equal 10,000 gold on the other in terms of effective power.
Sure. You know, Caitlyn and Kog'Maw, right? Like, those are different scalars, and you're expecting one to win the lane, and that's the average game case. So, mid lane now being pushed in by Counterlogic Gaming, looking to get a little bit something done. Hanker's gonna land, that's big damage, and they are CC locking the Karthus. Fragust eyes at the very start, puts down the wall, channels the ultimate, get a little bit of damage out of that one, but not enough to really matter. Channels a Dark Harvest stack, and nothing else. The flash re-engage nearly catches triple, but they don't have it. They find the stun though instead. Revenge flash the way. Tuesday gonna find that knockup. Triple could go down, but they can't quite get him. Gets back to safety, burning all summoner spells.
And Ocean Soul's coming up in 20 seconds. Freak with the jungler dead. That's why CLG wanted so badly to turn that fight around.
He's safe. He's safe,
Good
I know.
poke. He's safe, but this means FlyQuest probably can just go to Drake.
They get the turret, they get at least some gold back. It pays for the kill. Keep him on an outer turret's 500 gold, assist to kill 450. Woo! They find the re-engage, almost got that kill on the one player, but now this is a 5 versus 3 wind. Finds a root, they find some CC. The poke doesn't land from triple, he misses the Q, and over the top, here comes Daze, but he can't get the damage done. He just dies for free after the teleport, and now Tuesday is being chased down. Phil is the same, and that might just be enough, but just barely CLG slinks away.
Weirdly enough, Fragust is here, and he's got Flash with a bunch of low people on FlyQuest and a Dark Harvest ready.
And just knocked into the air. The Dark Harvest comes through yet again. Fragust really wants to chase in and can't find it. And that is Ocean Soul on the map.
No.
That is Ocean Soul coming down. That is Ocean Soul going over to FlyQuest under 25 minutes in.
Well, that was about a minute-long fight, but the reward does go to FlyQuest with the Ocean Soul. We're going to watch, at one point this fight, barely gets that recall off as the re-engage happens, so that's why the teleport is coming back in, like, so close to FlyQuest dying in a lot of ways, but they were just able to kind of sneak out at the end of this fight so many different times.
Yeah.
Look at this Zoe Q, just barely missing Tuesday and win. Just a few seconds ago, I said that.
Yeah, still very tight though, and then yeah, the re-engage is like almost enough. They knock him up, they get a lot of attacks, and look at that health bar left, right?
So low.
And you know, Leandries does 1.5% of your max health every second for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Now he did build a bunch of MR, again, like
now it's a 138 MR Aatrox. Like this is the point in time where, oh yeah, Leandry's Void would be great damage, but you're in this weird spot where, hey, actually I want a Death Cap because I have an Ornn and the upgrade more stuff.
Yeah. And then, of course, the other comparison is like, well, Merlamicon reduces healing, and we're against Ocean Soul, which means, like, you actually really, really want healing reduction? And now a big CC, and look how much damage Revenge can tank as he just, like, attacks Deus under his turret. It doesn't matter. He's going to heal us mostly all the way back up. And again, really want to point out, CLG needs grievous wounds. They're against Ocean Soul. It's actually a ton of health regen, multiplied, by the way, by the Aatrox ultimate.
Yeah. I think Revenge is feeling pretty good about his place in the game right now. Unless it is Xayah who's free-firing on him, he's okay to just keep, you know, so much MR makes him devastating in the side lane. And it makes the 2v2 with Deus Fragust versus Revenge Fnatic favorable for Revenge because he can just stack the same type of resist.
Yep. I want to point out Ocean Soul regens about the damage of a Leandry's Torment on the average case in this game. So they're going to, like, do equal amounts of things. Assuming that FlyQuest are able to attack things, obviously. Molten Edge now done for win, so a 30 attack damage power spike comes in. That's nice. That's the levels on Tuesday's Ornn paying forward. Blastimon comes through for Fragust, so I'm guessing Void Staff's coming through next up.
Yeah.
It's not part of Zhonya's, and I wouldn't honestly expect Morelos to come out of him at this point.
Yeah,
so,
he needs the Void.
Yeah.
Even if the Death Cap would be nice.
He's hitting front line, right? It's a 3-tank squad. Right? Aatrox has double MR items, and you've got a Stone Plate and Merc Treads on one and a Stone Plate on the other. Aegis has MR on it as well. Like, you really do want percent pen at this point of the game. Whoop. And
he had to get that bubble off the ground anyway.
It's fine. All right, but here comes FlyQuest now playing on the top side of the map, playing for the top river. Looking to say, okay, Baron is the way we end this game. They have consistently won team fights against CLG, but they're only up 3 kills. This is winnable. 3,000 gold difference versus the Ocean Soul regen. Adding on top of that, of course. Whoop.
Okay.
Fragus almost dead already. Flash the way, stays alive. Revenge, though, still frontlining and regening through it all as Win just runs down and triple. Finds the paddle star and kills the first one off. The chase through now is Tuesday's going to be stunned up, but they can find themselves in range, but Fnatic on the other side of the wall can't land the E.
And now they can turn even more confidently towards Baron. MR stacking tanks, 80 carry dead. The turn would be comically easy for FlyQuest here, so CLG isn't even going to try.
And it's going to be everything burning down. It's Karthus Gaming looking for a little bit of wave clear, a little bit of minion farm, but otherwise have been unable to do much of anything in this game. FlyQuest hoping to move up the standings, 3-6 in the first round robin. Likely win over CLG to start the second set of 9 games. As they grab that Baron without much issue, everyone's alive. Clean smite for Fnatic. And they have an Elder Dragon in 2 minutes. I think Fragus wins this fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Grab 2. Get more money. He actually, with the Ocean Soul and the Baron and the gold lead and the Aatrox, the game's likely over, but I'd still like to see the Karthus get to Void Staff.
Yeah. He's got about 400 gold to go till that's done. 1,100 inventory. It's 435 for the Amp Tome, and I think it's 1095 for the combined cost, and then off we go from there. Nice kill. Takes down a... oh, and the Gromp's gone. Revenge is sad. Walks through some wards. Puts another one down himself and says, okay, chase everyone out of my jungle, chase them out of my lane.
I'm always way too greedy. I always like killing wards that I place my control ward on, but you see pros like almost never do it because they realize the time spent is not necessarily worth the 30 gold and the wards disable anyway.
Ooh, Phil gets caught out. W was on cooldown, CC'd up, tries to stay alive. He flashes after burning the ulti and stays up, but that's still a cooldown advantage to FlyQuest.
Yeah, that just makes the potential for a CLG engage even more unlikely. Proto Belt on the Zoe as well. This could be a nasty combo if he lands something.
Not quite there, but Executioners is in for a win, so he has the Grievous Wounds. I like that. That's come through. Void Staff components in there for the 2 big mages, but they're not quite done on that one yet. You actually have the money for Cassiopeia now, so you can buy that. And about 250 to go for Fragus' Karthus.
Nice.
They do want to see that power spike. 30 seconds at Elder Dragon. They have enough time for Cassiopeia to recall. They don't quite have a time for Fragus to get the farm and get it. Oh my gosh, well.
There was the, we missed it, but I bet you that was the Proto Belt combo.
At the very end it landed. That's a kill picked up. Nice poke, and oh, that is a pullback as well. Tuesday forced to flash out as this turret is completely gone.
Damn, triple looking good.
Yeah.
On this Zoe. Obviously into Ornn. The Ornn's not going to do too much, but being able to scale up and land some good pokes throughout this game.
Oh, the flash off, going for the combo, trying to knock one down, and they have found the first one. That is a beautiful engage on the CLG side. Who's going to send the second one? A big root coming across for Win, but the health bars are just too big. He can't kill the backline of Mash and JJ as Revenge still takes to the front line, really refusing to be stopped there as well. But hey, it's a 4v4 on the map with Elder Dragon alive, and 30 seconds on triple means you can force a 5v4.
They'd really want to try, but how do they force without spells? Like the Ornn ult, the...
Oh no,
okay.
oh no.
Well.
Oh no. That was a ward of the brush. That's a re-engage, and goodbye to Wind as well.
Well, at least the Ornn is flanking. Tuesday is... Yeah, he's ready. He's ready for it.
He's gonna solo the, just solo it. You know, just take the fight.
Okay.
He's gonna recall. That's a smarter play.
I actually don't blame him. It's just...
No, of course.
It's unlucky that he's out there as FlyQuest re-engaged. It's like they were hoping that FlyQuest would peel for Elder and they'd get this like really nice wombo in at the Elder pit. And now with his team dead anyway, it's like him being in base isn't going to help them much.
Ooh, Fragus just stays alive as he comes back up on the map and tries to wave clear, but the middle inhibitor's gone. Bottom inhibitor's already dead, and now the Nexus turrets are under siege. This turret should live if they cast their spells on it. And as Karthus comes in, they are just... Okay, they didn't spend enough time actually killing his minions off. That is a turret they could have avoided losing. End of the day, doesn't really matter. You're 99-1 losing this game anyway, and FlyQuest gonna grab the Elder Dragon.
But they got enough gold for their Void Staffs.
Okay.
So their post-game screen will look like they got the item.
Void Staff singular. Fragus wasn't able to get the recall off and pick it up, so here comes the play. Will they steal? CLG needs it! Good smite in for Fragus. This is getting over quickly now. As that poke, not quite enough to kill Tuesday.
Tuesday had the smite, he just had no way in. Didn't run the way of the blast cone and had no flash. So they technically had like 2 different people that could have done it, but yeah, we're gonna watch the beginning of all of this action as they were initially pushing in with Baron, and this is the one shot we missed. Watch triple versus Fragus, and
Just
Boom,
Q Proto
boom.
Belt
On a level
and
16
an auto.
Zoe.
Yeah. Yep. That was pretty. That was really nice.
Yeah. Take that, Zoe.
Yeah. Tuesday, I think, was CC'd and unable to get the second half of his ultimate down, which is too bad. That might have set up a little bit more, but that's what you get when a Sejuani is throwing spells at you.
And then the kind of wait and see by FlyQuest. I actually think Deus was also considering teleporting / recalling. Because, like, Tuesday's teleporting now. Deus is on a ward, though. So.
Yep. Just catch him out. It was a really nice anchor right there by JJ. Finds that second kill and gave him the double inhibitor plus that turret going down. And back on the siege they go. Baron buff is gone, but the Elder Dragon is sitting on them as they're going to push in now for the third and final inhibitor. Void Staffs are in. Whew. So they can do,
next. Got to get those ornaments.
Yep. You're getting, 27% more damage against frontline, but your damage dealt is lower by so much that, 27% is not, meeting the bar. And here comes the push forwards as the wall comes up. It's Tuesday not falling asleep, but they found that stun. They found the bullet time. Deus anchored in as well.
Man.
And just deleted off the map. CC on towards Revenge, but he popped the stopwatch. Gonna stay alive, and there will not be a re-engage. Dark Harvest means nothing. Another anchor's gonna land. Woo! But Frogus almost goes down as well.
Oh, my Karthus brain definitely would have flashed into the other team there after I got hooked and be like, whatever. Let's go down and start queuing people. But either way, I think he's done for.
Oh, that's Phil, who's going to be dropping as well. The ulti barely did anything. I mean, it wasn't even stacked up, right? You were at 0 stacks on Madness. Yep,
the Elder.
Phil died. TP back in. Revenge up to full HP already, and he's just going to dive in for the back line. A nice root, though. Fnatic might drop, but no, he won't. Elder Dragon added on top as well. Here is Tuesday. Really can't get anything done on the tank. And Fragus just cannot get the damage. FlyQuest going to close this game out. A 35-minute affair, moving up to 4 and 6. CLG finally have their squad here playing in the studio, but cannot find that win. Well done to FlyQuest.
Revenge's Aatrox, aside from the little whoopsie on the turret dive, was pretty solid the whole time. I like to see some of Triple's one-shots, and Mash also goes deathless. So, all things considered, Freak, they take care of business against the 1-8 CLG Academy. 1-9 now.
Yeah, 1-9. Sadly for them, a rough start, a slow start here for the squad. But I was a fan of watching Revenge play that one out. Did a pretty good job overall. Fnatic going deathless, stacked up, I think, the right MR itemization. He got himself a adaptive helm against Karthus. Cassiopeia, as we kept the item chat going throughout the game. Yeah, it's taking care of business, really what you can say.
And if anyone is feeling inspired after the Karthus performance, which it didn't win, so there you go, but challenge for you. Go try and get your Karthus full clear in practice tool from blue down to red buff.
In under 310.
Under 310 would be impressive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if that can happen for you at home, but after the commercial break, we'll be joined with Avali, who's joining FlyQuest top lane at Revenge. See you there.
Welcome back. I have FlyQuest Academy top laner Revenge with me after your win against CLG Academy. Congratulations! Lots of FlyQuest fans in the audience today. I won't mention that half of them are your teammates. But one thing that we were joking a little bit about before we started was that solo kill on you in the top lane. Tell me about that, buddy.
Yeah, it was a bit unlucky. It was like such a free kill. I saw the blood in my eyes and I just flashed and misclicked an auto and it was like, wow. And I died because of it, sadly. But yeah, the game overall felt pretty good. Other than that, I think we like all stepped up and played like to our best. So I was really happy for my team and like how we played. It was really good.
Learning moments all around, but I want to talk to you about your personal progression because I know that you came in towards the tail end of 2019 summer split for Academy, and now I guess you've cumulatively played a full Academy split. So what do you think about your personal progression so far?
Yeah, so like coming into summer, I was like completely new to the pro scene and I didn't really know like the aspects of competitive play. So that like mini half of pro play, I didn't have that much experience in playing, but I was able to like stay with my team during my off season and during their like gauntlet run, and I learned a lot about like comp play and how to play. And I was able to bring some of that to like this split, and I'm really glad we won today because like I just want to be able to show my progression in Academy because I think every Academy player's goal should be to aspire to be an LCS, and I think the best way is to show your progress through Academy games, and sometimes it's hard, sometimes we lose games, but I just want to be able to show my progress throughout the whole split by winning. And, today's just a start. And, I think we're going to continue doing it.
That's an excellent mentality to have. Well, following up on that, you guys have ended the first half of the spring split 4-6, which isn't too bad, but it's not phenomenal either. So now that we're entering this second half of the split, what is FlyQuest Academy going to do to ensure that you have a stronger second half?
I think we're all just focusing individually on ourselves right now and making sure that we're playing to our best potential, like individually, because I think team play in Academy is definitely at a lower level than LCS, and that's fine. But I think if we all just show that we are capable of like beating our laners and just having a high level of individual skill, then that's going to just translate out of lane so much easier than it would in like LCS games. So I think that's what we're going to be focusing on going into the second half, and that's what we're going to be showing.
I feel like for someone who has a quote-unquote aggressive in-game name, you seem like such a kind and sweet person. But of course, what else could you expect from FlyQuest? But congratulations again on the win. That's it for us here. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, thank you very much, Avali. And Revenge, as we wrap up the day, let's see how the teams are stacking up. Dignitas Academy, of course, still leads the pack, but they do have a loss now. Immortals, though, trailing close behind them, doing well in LCS and Academy. 100 Thieves, Cloud9, Golden Guardians, TSM Academy all tied for third. CLG, sadly, still at the bottom of the group with 1 win. 2 games to make up to catch up with Team Liquid, 3 to find up with FlyQuest. But let's take a look at the games we have coming up tomorrow. Evil Geniuses and Team Liquid headline the LCS. Not a lot of surprise here for kind of both sides, but it's another week with Broxton in.
Yeah, that's the final game of the first round robin. Once that completes, then everyone will have played everyone else once. Then we start the second half of the season.
Yeah, and it's going to see if Golden Guardians keep their playoff position. If C9 stays undefeated, they made the C9-0. And FLYCKR wants the 18. We'll see if they can do it. So far, the games haven't been close. So, it's not like, oh, well, if it wasn't for the one play, it's like they're looking like the best team.
I can't wait. Like every Cloud9 game I like watching because of the way they consistently play. And like once they do get challenged, I want to see the way they respond.
Yeah, and we're looking forward to, I think, probably the FlyQuest matchup at some point down the line since they look like the #2 team right now. Now, if you need more league action, stay tuned for the LEC rebroadcast going live right after the show. So now for myself, the other casters, and the entire live broadcast crew, thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for more of the LCS. Good night.